Okay, we're going to take a look at Michael today. Michael's a 7U. Couple of things we're going to look at here. This is a off the plate drill. Trying to get Michael to use posture to get to the outside pitch. He starts off okay, but as with a lot of young kids, they revert back to what's comfortable. And for Michael, that's to stand straight up when he hits. So it's a challenge for any dad or coach to get younger players, especially this young, and he's, such a young guy, to kind of break out of their comfort zone and do this. I promise you this: it's a lot harder to ask well-established high school players to do this because they've had years of success, well, relative success, I guess you could say, doing it their way. And the advantage of working with somebody as young as Michael is that, both Dad and myself will not have to wade through yeah, lots of memories of success doing it their way, and not really knowing why, especially when the bats become drop threes and you're no longer allowed to use drop 12s anymore. So I have the guy on the right. He's a righty to kind of show an example of what good posture over the plate looks like when hitting. We'll get to that later. There's a couple of things here that I wanted to address quickly for Michael. When he loads, he's loading, as you can see. Like here, we'll start to where he is here. This is me walking away. Starts with good posture, and he knows that because I'm telling him, listen, stay over the plate, stay over the plate, stay over the plate. So a lot of kids, initially start over the plate. That's great, but it's not where you start, it's where you make impact, or where you finish is the familiar phrase to a lot of people. And we're continuing to work to get Michael to stay over that plate. And before we get to that point, though, there's something he's doing with his hands here that I think makes it a little bit harder. He is doing a couple of good things, trying to get to a place where he's creating a good lever and creating a good barrel load. I just don't think he needs to go to this extreme. He's taking his hands, as you can see, that way, instead of taking them like straight back, not down, but I guess towards you, towards where the umpire would be. So we kind of want the hands to go. If I had a side view here, I'd be able to illustrate this a little bit better. We want the hands to go straight back and not over there. Okay. But that's not, not the end of the world. I recognize why he's doing it. This is his load. He's picking up his foot and moving his hands, and that's good. I mean, that's a good thing. We just want to reposition his hands, kind of reprogram where they're going. So that'll be a point of emphasis for this week, getting him to fire his hands straight back instead of behind his body, okay? And then we get to where he's going to pick up his foot and put it down. A little inconsistent with his leg kick. When he uses the higher leg, he hits the ball a lot harder. He starts with good posture here over the plate, but then you're going to see him straighten up. See that? So he'll straighten up on impact here. There's impact, and that's a little bit too much straight up and down, okay? That ball's about an inch or two off the plate outside. We set up a bunch of obstacles in front of him so that he can't cheat to the ball. That's better than average posture, but, we definitely want to get a little bit better. So we want him to be about here, and he's straight up and down, okay? We see this a few times. We'll let this run again, and he also falls away there. And that's another sign that he's not over the plate when he's falling away. You'll see him fall away from the plate instead of on the plate, okay? So we'll see another one, and here you can see me giving him the visual cue to stay over the plate. I'm telling him with my right hand, stay over the plate there. Here he is, again, creating a great lever, but the wrong way. Like he's going back towards the dugout instead of back towards the umpire or the backstop. That's something we can correct, okay? Here he is again, good strong lever, good tuck, and then you'll see he straightens up at impact. What Michael does really well, though, is use his hips. He uses his hips extremely well, which is probably responsible for his power. He hit 45 miles per hour today off the gun, which is pretty good for a 7U. And this is the last one here. He kind of hits that one off the end of the bat. So that contact there off the end of the bat, we're looking for, we want that contact to be, and let me get a little color here. We want that contact to be about there on the barrel, okay? Anything off the end of the bat is going to lead to broken bats, rollover ground balls, or in some cases, when you push late, pop-ups in the infield. So again, just something we're working on, trying to get him to stay over the plate. And as we look over here to the right, we see an example of a player who uses exceptional posture over the plate right there. You can see that his shirt is moving, and he is over the plate at impact there. And we'll back up Michael to where he is at impact. And you can see how he's more straight up and down. And, when you use that posture and you're making dynamic athletic moves, it always involves the ground. And although Michael's doing a good job of using the ground right now, there's always room for improvement. And you'll see this young player use the ground on the right over here. He uses the ground extremely well. And another thing he does is he will fall over the plate, and there's that long decel that I introduced to Michael and his dad today. Something to work on later. Look how, here's impact, okay? There's impact. And look how long this boy has to slow down. And that's responsible for a lot of his exit velocity. And you see where his body is after he hits well over the plate, whereas Michael stands straight up and even falls over to the dugout. We want to stay away from the dugout. We want to stay in the middle, okay? Quick little video for Michael to work on this week. I'll see you guys next week.